I am going to do a, oh, thank you. We got the recording going. Going to do a demo here in a few minutes, but I do want to go through just 3 or 4 slides and give a little context around Zoom Phone. I know today might be the first time that, well, I think everyone has probably heard of Zoom. Our telephony offering and Zoom Phone might be something new. So let's go ahead and get started. A little background on our platform, on Zoom as a whole and Zoom Phone. The company started over 10 years ago. Zoom Phone came into our platform about 2.5 years ago. And the company made a decision to build off the existing infrastructure that was our meetings that everyone has come to know so well. So the audio that we're talking to you on today, the audio that you may be utilizing in our Zoom meetings is the same audio that we have now built into this UCaaS or Zoom Phone offering. So it is a full functioning PBX replacement. So it is replacing your existing maybe legacy telephony with a modern cloud-based phone system. But the unique thing is that it truly is built into our platform. So it's not someone else's technology. It is all homegrown, built by Zoom. So it works very, very well with our other services. And as most of you know us for meetings, there is a lot more to Zoom than just meetings. We do Zoom rooms. So we do a lot in conference rooms, helping customers and IT folks, build out those conference rooms. We do Zoom events, webinar, which we're on today. So a lot going on the platform. And then again, 2.5 years ago, we launched Zoom Phone. So being that it is embedded in that platform does 2 big things for our users and for our IT admins that manage their telephony infrastructure. From a user perspective, Zoom Phone is very simple to adopt and use, just like our meetings platform. So, my 9-year-old daughter uses Zoom, my 80-year-old father uses Zoom meetings, and now Zoom Phone follows suit with being that simple to use. So we see very high adoption and very low training needs for your employees. And then from a management perspective, because a lot of you might already be managing Zoom meetings or managing Zoom rooms, Zoom Phone is directly in that same admin portal, which we'll take a look at here in a moment. So it makes it very easy for yourself, for your IT teams to now have one platform that they can consolidate on and to manage from. So that one platform is the Zoom app. So you'll never hear someone here at Zoom say, you need to download the Zoom Room app or the Zoom Webinar app or the Zoom Meeting. It's just Zoom. So it's one application, all the different kinds of communications that you need as you purchase, then will become part of that one platform. So again, it helps with your individual users that might already have this application on their desktop, on their mobile device. Now they're very familiar with it because so they get that quick adoption. With Zoom Phone, how does that compare to a traditional PBX that you might have, or that premise phone system that you might have today? Zoom Phone has over 400 features. So we truly do have a lot of the features that you're using today. We may call them something a little bit different, but after 2.5 years in the market, the feature parity is there. Something else to note, if you have any international locations for your organization, because we built this into our meetings platform, which is global, we are in over 47 countries with Zoom Phone today. And then how has the adoption been? A lot of our current base has been adopting Zoom Phone to date. Over 11 quarters, we have over 2 million subscribers or users, paid users on the Zoom Phone platform. So perception might be, and this might be your first look at it today, but it definitely is being widely adopted and adopted throughout SMB all the way to the enterprise. And now we are actually getting awards for the phone part of our business. So what you're looking at here is the 2021 Gartner Magic Quadrant that some of you might look to when you're buying technology. This is the one for unified communications and for meetings. This recently just came out in the last 2 weeks. And over on the left, you can see that for our meetings, we have landed in the leaders category, which is where you'd like to be, and we are furthest up to the right. We have been in that leaders category for the last 6 years as we're known for meetings. This is the 2nd year for Zoom Phone that Gartner that we qualified, and here you can see we landed in the leaders category again, and we actually moved up in our completeness of vision. So very good news for the Zoom platform, great news for customers that are looking to make this migration to phone, that now Zoom Phone is technically a leader in that UCaaS space. And then the types of organizations, like I mentioned, if you're a smaller organization, we have SMB divisions, all the way up to some of the largest companies in the world are currently deploying phone, and a lot of different verticals. So if you're in IT with education, we're seeing a lot of adoption from the pandemic, from K through 12 all the way through higher ed. The University of Southern California just recently deployed Zoom Phone to over 30,000 administrators and staff. So we're getting a lot in education, a lot in healthcare, obviously, and a lot of that transition from, again, utilizing Zoom maybe during the pandemic, and then having it in the already out there in your organization, and now you can make that migration onto one platform. And then financial, we do very well in financial industry as well. So there really isn't a different vertical where Zoom Phone is not a fit. So if you relate to any of the organizations on the screen, then it definitely will hit home as to the types of organizations and really where we're winning. And these organizations, obviously people are working from home, some are coming back into the office. So having that flexible Zoom platform to be able to have employees be able to communicate across different devices, from hard phones to to mobile devices to the soft client, which we'll look at here in a moment. So that's really the differentiator and the power of Zoom, is having that one platform. So we can literally merge an incoming call into a meeting. If I got a phone call right now, I could bring that phone call directly into this meeting. I could be on a phone call with Lacey and say, hey, we need to meet. I click one button and I move that phone call to a meeting. I can transfer a meeting right into a Zoom room up on the screen, or I can be on a phone call and just one click over on the right screen here, you just one click and transfer directly into a meeting. Because there's one platform, we have that seamless experience for all of our users. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at some of our administrative portals that I think will probably be important to you as you're in the IT departments, and either yourself or your teams might be managing some of these Zoom systems. Okay, so what I'm going to bring up now is the Zoom application. So this is our desktop. This is the Zoom app. This is going to look the same on a mobile device. So if your users use mobile devices, Android or iOS, they would just download the Zoom app, and this would be the same application. So they don't have to learn a different application. This is the home page. It tells me that obviously I have a meeting here with SKC. I can schedule meetings. I could join meetings. I could proximity share if I was in a conference room. But what I'll touch on here is how phone it directly relates into this application. So in our meetings application, you actually get chat. So we have a full functioning, as you can see, this is one-to-one. So I can chat with coworkers. I can chat with folks that are external. I can also have teams. I can share files, share links. So it is a true collaboration tool, but phone is embedded directly into it. So I can hover over this individual. I see their presence. As you can see, I see that she is in a meeting, Kim is. I can chat with Kim. I can invite her directly into this meeting with one click. I can text message, or now with Zoom Phone embedded in, I can call directly from this application. I also have the ability to do some of these from this area here. I can star this contact so they show up at the top. One feature that I really like is notify me when available. So Kim's busy right now. I need to talk to her. I simply click notify me when available, and the system will let me know when she's free to have a chat. So this comes with all of our meetings licenses and phone licenses, so it's included. So if you have an organization that, again, wants that consolidation into one platform, you can surely take a look at our chat. Now with phone, we'll come in and we'll take a look at what you might consider a soft phone or the desktop client for phone. Starting over on the left, what we have is a really nice call history. So it lets me know all the most recent calls that I've made. I can actually call this individual back by a one click, or I can have some functionality here. I can create contacts. We use Google here at Zoom, so I can create a Google contact. It could be Microsoft, so it's embedded in and directly related into your calendar. I can block this number. I can clear it, and then I see the duration of that individual call. So it's just a nice convenient area on the desktop for that quick callback or to see any calls that I might have missed. Voicemail, another nice area where you can receive your voicemails. Our Zoom Phone users will pick up voicemails via maybe a physical desk phone if they would like. The most popular way is going to be an email. So we send an email that transcribes the voicemail and then gives them a WAV file as well. That seems to be very popular. Or again, you have your voicemail here just right from the desktop client. A really nice feature is I just click on the voicemail, instant transcription for every single voicemail. I can call this company back. Again, I can play the voicemail, and I have the option to send a text message, again, create contacts. I can even download this voicemail and send to another employee. So a lot of different ways for your employees to get their voicemail. Again, I think the most popular that we see is the voicemail to email. And these different types can be turned on and off as administrators of the system as well. We'll go ahead and close that one down. And then SMS. So every phone number on the Zoom phone system included with our pricing at no additional charge is text messaging. So SMS and MMS is included on the platform. You can see here this is somebody from the outside sending me a text message. We can text message internally just like you would today, but you can do it from the desktop or from the mobile application, utilizing obviously the advantage being that you could utilize your Zoom phone DID or phone number and not have to use your personal cell phone. And the Zoom application is obviously password encrypted and run by IT, and you can disable that at any time. So if you do have employees that bring their own devices into the workforce, then you can still have everything on the Zoom application, all their call recordings, all their voicemails, text messages that can all be kept in the application that you can monitor and control as an IT team, rather than having them use their the physical individual cell phone. From a dialer perspective, you can see here the soft phone. You're simply just going to hover over these keys in order to make phone calls. You can type on your keypad. Probably the most common thing that we see is individuals just start typing a name, and the really nice that you can see present. So it instantly just goes in and starts pulling anyone with the name Ken in the corporate directory, as well as anybody external. So you can load external contacts into this as well. And it will go and find those as well. And then it shows presence. Again, I see Ken's in a meeting. Here I see Kent is away. And as I go down, if I saw a red phone, it would show that they're on an active phone call, or on there if somebody's, you see in a calendar event. So they're not necessarily in a meeting, but their calendar. So we have that calendar integration. And then we have, obviously this gentleman's available, and then it follows across mobile devices as well. So very easy to use. Of the over 2 million subscribers that we have on the Zoom phone platform, 80% of our customer base doesn't use physical desk phones. They use the mobile application. They use a soft phone on the client. So if you're looking at potentially migrating off a legacy phone system or infrastructure, it's a great time to look at do you really need some of the physical desk phones? We obviously have a lot of different desk phones that work with Zoom phone, but it seems like the technology and the way people are working from home or being remote, like a lot of folks are using headsets. So something to as an IT team, keep that in mind as you're going through this potential transition. So this gives you an idea of the soft client. I'm going to go ahead and transition over to our administrative and user portal. So this is going to be where an individual user has control of anything that they're consuming from Zoom. There'd be a webinar license, meetings, or again phone. And then if you were an admin of the account, you have this admin section down here on the left. So as an individual Zoom phone user, I can come in here, I can set things like my voicemail, how I want my phone to ring, the hours of operation. This is all under admin control as well. So as an administrator, you can dictate what your employees can change, what they can't change, or what you might just want to bulk do in an upload of these 100 or 200 employees are all going to have these settings. You have that ability as an administrator. As an individual, obviously 911 is very important. With a lot of employees working remote, so you're able to come in, you can change the E911 emergency address. We do dynamic E911, and then we also do nomadic 911. So for anyone that's maybe in a campus setting or multi-floors and you need 911 by floor or by building or area of campus, we do a lot around that. So we have a lot of flexibility with the nomadic 911 that we offer on the platform. Again, for that individual user, they would have the ability to come in and set their business hours, how they want their applications to ring. And this is all in real time, all happening. So I'm working 8 to 6, for an example. I want to change that to Adam now needs to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. With one click of the button, that's changed. That'll follow those hours on the next phone call that comes in. So all real time, all very instant. As far as an administrator running the Zoom phone, the only thing that you can't do on here is add licenses. So if you needed more licenses on the account, you can come back to Zoom. We add the licenses to the account, and then from that point forward, providing you're trained on the system, you're able to do everything from selecting new phone numbers for your employees, changing their voicemail pins, all the adds, moves, and changes that you might need to do today. You can do that all through this portal for an employee anywhere around the world. So it gives you a lot of power, a lot of flexibility. So again, this is more for the individual phone user, not so much the admin, that you can have all these, setting your voicemail and doing all these types of functionality. When we move to the admin portal here, you can see now, again, same idea. You're managing your rooms from here. You might be managing devices. You might be managing your meetings, and now you have phone system management. So you're where you may have gone into a completely different system to manage your, your legacy PBX. This is where you're able to, to come in and manage all the different types of settings. And again, you're going to have some things that look somewhat, similar from business hours and things of that nature. But I think of two areas that are, a lot of companies use. There's an auto receptionist. Thank you for calling St. Francis High School. For the administrative staff, press 1. For our athletic department, press 2. Just to give you an idea of how simple and easy these are to set up, to access. We can look at a test one here. Again, all the stuff that you might need with that auto receptionist, your main number ringing in, you may want an extension, what type of languages. We have a lot of different languages on Zoom Phone that you can program in. And then what do you want to, again, these business hours, what happens when somebody calls in to that main auto receptionist. And here you can program all the different types of where you're going to leave extensions, who you're going to reach. So once that call comes into your organization, now it's routed out and it says it's going to the athletic department. Well, those would be more like a group or maybe a call queue. So we get a lot of requests about call queues, and call queues are going to look similar. I'll go ahead and find a test one here, but you're going to get a lot more granular functionality inside of a call queue where, yes, we have extensions and phone numbers. You select the users that you might want in that, say, that athletic department, all the different people you want to pick up the phone. But now you have a lot more functionality of how long do you want people to wait on hold before a call gets picked up? What type of greeting music do you want them to hear? How do you want those calls distributed? So we do a lot with our call queues. A lot of organizations that have maybe like IT help desks or small sales teams, small customer service departments. Zoom Phone is a great fit without having to go more into a true contact center type application. We get a lot of this functionality gets used on the Zoom Phone platform. And it's very economical with our pricing. So a lot of this is you're able to alleviate going to, say, a more expensive type license. And with that, with these call queues, we have, obviously you have a lot of different reporting. So there's all kinds of call log reporting that's available, but sometimes certain organizations, you want a little bit more than what happened yesterday or last month. As an IT team, you may need to know, you may have someone that wants to know right now, what's going on in that athletic call queue, for example. We're able to offer real-time analytics. So we can look at that call queue, and now we can see things. We can set service levels. We can look at how many calls we abandoned today. What's our average talk time, average wait time? What's our longest call waiting? And you can customize this however your organization might need. And again, this is included right in Zoom Phone. You can set these as reports. You can also, if you had the need in a certain area, as you have folks getting back to the office, you can also have this pop out as a wallboard. So maybe you have it up on a big monitor in your help desk or in your sales queue. So this is relatively newer to Zoom Phone. Again, we've had a lot of historical reports, but now we have this real-time analytics, and analytics tend to be a lot of what folks want out of that cloud-based system. They want to know things in real time, and they want to know, where they might be, having an issue, and they don't want to find that out tomorrow. You want to find it out today. So our analytics gives you that ability. The other analytics, so this is on, individual calls and queues, but what we also do, which is really unique because of that one platform with Zoom, we give analytics on the entire platform. So if there's anybody on today that is a Zoom admin, then you've probably seen maybe our analytics. And how that works is just transition. So this is analytics on everything Zoom. So whether you have a Zoom meetings account, our Zoom rooms, our CRC, which are connector licenses for maybe legacy equipment that you have in your conference room, a webinar license, our chat, and Zoom Phone. So we basically look at every single thing that's going on in your account. And as an admin, you can come in here and look at that. You could go into this webinar right now and we can see every participant, what their IP address is. You would be able to see what type of headset I'm using. If there was latency or jitter, if you got a complaint as an IT team, this is instant access into what's going on in your environment. And we'll take a look here at Zoom Phone. The Zoom Phone now, what we do is we score every single phone call. So we give every single phone call a MOS score, which is a mean opinion score. So it's a ranking up to 5 of the quality of the call. So so we've all had this in IT, that somebody calls and up or submits a ticket, I'm having issues with my phone, or I'm having issues with an individual phone call. Most of the time you're kind of stuck. You have to maybe call a third-party provider, but this gives you instant access. We can come in and actually look. We can search for myself. And now we're going to see all the phone calls that I made. And here's some calls from yesterday. A MOS score of 4.4. My calls were actually very good yesterday. But to give you an idea, here's a call that I made internally. I can now drill into that individual call, and you can see that my extension that I was calling from, I was on a Windows client. What the version was, I was using my headset. For the microphone, I was using a headset, and I delivered an Opus codec on my internet. On the receiving end was a coworker, Kim Irish. You can see her extension. And now we see she was utilizing the Zoom Phone appliance, which is one of our Zoom phones. It gives you the version, and then it's a Poly CCX 600, so it tells you the device. But for IT, then this goes into the individual call. Now, this was a good quality call. If it wasn't, you could go in here and you could look at packet loss and jitter. So it gives you the ability to really look into the individual phone call. Maybe you can see that maybe Kim was having issues on her network, or the quality was on that side of the phone. It wasn't Adam, or it wasn't someone on your network. So being that you do have remote staff, this becomes really important. So you're able to troubleshoot what goes on outside of your network, but maybe they're not on your corporate network and they're working remote. So very powerful tool. It's probably one of the most popular features or uses of Zoom in general, not just Zoom Phone, as the administrators love to have this type of visibility into the entire platform. I mean, from a meetings or a webinar standpoint, IT, you could actually join in from this dashboard and actually kind of log into a meeting to do something, or maybe fix something, or help an executive. So it's part of our culture here at Zoom is to be very transparent. And again, and I know I've mentioned a lot, because of the platform, because we own everything, we're able to deliver these types of metrics and this type of user experience. And it's not only helps IT folks like yourself, but it also helps your employees to adopt this technology, and they're able to use it. The training is very light because of the usability. So that is really a kind of a high level, hopefully give you an idea of what we're doing with Zoom Phone. There's obviously a lot more here that we can go through. So I'm going to end there, because I know we said we're going to keep it at about a half an hour. And Lacey, I'll definitely turn it back over to you. But I definitely want to thank everybody. Really appreciate everyone's time today, and I know you can reach out to SKC if you have questions, or I know we have a few minutes here at the end. So Lacey, I will go ahead and turn things back over to you.
Perfect. Thanks, Adam. Great information. We do have some time for questions. So just a reminder, enter questions in your Q&A box on your screen and we will address them. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and share some contact information for you. If you want to be followed up with after the webinar, just contact your SKC account executive. If you're not sure who that is, you can contact marketing@skccom.com. While we're waiting on some questions, I'm going to launch a poll question that might be an easier way as well. If you just want to answer that, we will make sure to reach out with you and follow up. We'll hang out here a minute or two more for any questions that come in.
Lacey, I did get one question regarding healthcare accounts and signing BAAs or HIPAA. We do help companies with their HIPAA compliance. We do sign BAAs. So if you are in healthcare, that is part of our entire Zoom platform, not just Zoom Phone. And then I did see another question that came in regarding paging. So our Zoom Phone does tie in with, say, legacy paging, overhead paging, phone to phone type paging, and then school emergency system. So if you're in education, Zoom Phone, we do have a solution for classroom type phones and emergency type paging as well.
Awesome. And we did get a request for a copy of the recording, so we'll make sure to get that to you, Terrence. All right, looks like that's it. Thanks everybody for attending today. Adam, thanks for the content and the time. We hope you guys have a good afternoon. Reach out to us with any questions. We can help. Thanks.
Thank you.